name of love, we come together. We come together. We come together. In the name of love. Take a look at the person next to you. Say, I recognize the spirit in you. Just feel the love and the unity. And lift your voice and repeat after me. We come together, we come together, we come together. Yes, we come together. In the name of love, we come together. We come together. We come together. In the name of love, every walk of life, every creed and color, in kinship we unite, in honor of love and each other. Take a look at the person next to you. Say namaste, I bow to you. Feel the love and the unity. And lift your voice and repeat after me. We come together. We come together. We come together. In the name of love, we come together. We come together. Yes, we come together. In the name of love. Good morning, everybody. Good morning.
Oldstein.
Yeah.
I love it. Doing some Eddie Watkins Jr. song.
That's right. You know.
I know that song. And I love that you changed some of the lyrics to fit a more appropriate environment.
Of course.
Yeah. I loved it. And what was the line in there? Namaste, I bow.
I bow to you.
I bow. Namaste, I bow to you.
Yeah.
I think we're going to have to, as I said in my meditation on Wednesday morning, I want to find some metaphysical musicians that can take some of these songs and do them like Beckwith did once with a group of music called Transcendence, and he took it, it was all hip hop, rap, you know, club music. I'd love to have a lot of that done in a rap version. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Center for Spiritual Living Los Angeles, and happy Pride. Happy Pride. So I come on in, Stephen Delansky. Come on in. You'll see the room is set up differently, and it's the new incarnation for us here at CSL-LA. There's been some changes in the building as far as the way the building is set up and broken down, and expenses, and just transparency. They wanted to renegotiate our agreement and to set it up and break it down. There's a new fee involved, and it's $650, and so we opted to not pay that. And so, so this is the way it is. And thank you, Travis, for making space for me to be in the middle. Travis said, you've got borders. You have to stay in your borders. I said, it's a little bit like playing bumper cars, right? So it's like booty to the left, booty to the right, sachet, chante, that's right. So it is Sunday morning, and we have come together in the name of love. And I welcome you for being here. And if it's your first time with us, thank you for being here and driving out and doing that. We are the Center for Spiritual Living Los Angeles, expressing all of our magnificence and glory and the state of individuality. Hello, Saparna, welcome. And we all come together to remember who we are as divine beings. And that is the objective today, to tune into that, to hear something anew, although we may have heard it before, and to engage in our theme for the month, which is to grow and to know and to flow as spirit. And so we shall do that together. And so I invite you to just take a moment and close your eyes if that feels good and safe for you. And just, and online, unless you're driving, do the same. And let's feel the presence that was just expressed in the energy of the song that Jason sang. And in our mind's eye, we namaste and bow to you, each other, energetically. Take a deep breath in. And as we exhale, we just anchor ourselves into the room. And what I mean by that is that we pull all the energy that's existing around us and through us and as us and just bring it into our mind's eye, meaning we imagine bringing it into our body and pulling it down into our heart chakra. As we inhale together again and exhale, pulling that energy even further down into our sacral chakra, our solar plexus, all the way down into our root chakra as we feel ourselves anchoring into our chair. Inhaling together again. And as we exhale, we feel our energy being pulled from Mother Earth, pulling it through our root chakra, anchoring us into the earth, while simultaneously moving our energy now from our heart chakra up through our throat chakra, up through our third eye, and out through our crown chakra, out into the ethers of the universe. Being grounded and reaching simultaneously. Allowing our mind to imagine us being one with the cosmos, while being anchored into the heartbeat of Mother Earth. And engaging in the science of mind in a new way. The oneness of all there is. So, coming back together again, we breathe in and exhale. So we breathe in again, inhaling through our nose. 1, 2, 3. And as we exhale out through an open mouth, we slowly open our eyes, coming back into the room and saying together, ah, and so it is. I felt compelled to do that. That felt good, huh? It's a good way to anchor that who and what we are in. And the teachings of the science of mind, we're taught that there's only one thing ever taking place, the energy of life. We can call it God or the thing itself or Beulah or Yahweh or Jesus. It really matters not what it's called, but it does matter greatly that we call upon it within our mind to tune into that. The exercise that we just did, which is obviously quite spontaneous, is a practice in doing that, of opening our mind to feel and to know the power and the presence in a new way. And then what's really important is once we do that, then allow it to guide us into what's the next step. And so I trust today that we're all together, both online and in this room together, by divine appointment, meaning that there is a greater cosmic energy that brought us together, not necessarily with intention, just from a magnetic energy field that brought us together. We'll share in this time-space continuum together, evolve in consciousness, and then release and move on and take that energy with us as we go out into the world. And so the room as it's set up, the places where you're seated, those that are online, me, what I have to share with you, the way that you're receiving and giving is all perfection unfolding, even though it may feel differently in that moment. I invite us all to believe that. We're going to honor that and anchor that in by doing the ritual called calling in the light. And so, Jason, if you'll give us a little music, please. And so we perform this ceremony, calling in the light, to promote the universal consciousness of life, which acknowledges that all peoples and all faiths, all sentient beings come from the one great universal presence, which we call spirit. It's that energy we just played with. The purpose of this ritual is to draw into our gathering this morning a more conscious awareness of our oneness and the qualities that we possess as complete expressions of the divine. I speak of these qualities often. They're peace and power and beauty and joy and light and life and love and wisdom. And so as I light this candle, We light it for the quality of peace. In this way, we honor our inherent divine state of inner calm that exists regardless of any chaos that may be unfolding around or within us. We also light it for the quality of power. It's defined as the energy by which everything lives. Everything lives. Everything lives. Even that which appears to be solid, such as this very large podium. And for the quality of beauty, which is defined as a personal expression in which high spiritual qualities are made manifest. We just experienced that through our meditation. And we saw beauty in our mind's eye that was different than how we had seen it prior to the meditation. And for the quality of joy, that state of being that is excited by the expectancy of good. I'm sure we all expect good, right? Good, uppercase G, meaning good being a synonym for the divine, meaning we expect to feel these qualities, to know they exist. And for light. Light in this context is defined as the symbol of universal intelligence. Just take that in for a moment. It's the symbol, light is the symbol of universal intelligence. Whenever we see light or feel light or let our light shine, we're radiating that universal intelligence. Life, the quality of life. That's defined as the animating principle of being. So where power makes everything alive, then life animates that. It keeps it moving, is always transforming itself. Love, the self-givingness of spirit through the desire of life to express itself. And wisdom, it's that intuitive knowing. It's that which tells you to change seats if you decide to do so. It's that which tells you to turn right when you thought you were going to go straight, so to speak. It's the thing within us that says, trust the process. And then bring all that together and look at the candle next to our flowers and declare that candle the healing candle. Dr. Ernest Holmes defines healing as the revealing of wholeness. So often we think of healing as a physical act. In this context, the revealing of wholeness is bringing through us the opportunity to connect with peace and power and beauty and joy and light and life and love and wisdom. And so, as the healing candle, I invite us to put into the light, silently or audibly if we would like, the names of anyone that we would like to have experience the healing energy and everlasting love of the divine. I'm going to declare, go ahead, no, say, go, Wendy, say it. Got it. Edward Brown, Rachel Hobray, right? And I'd like to put everyone who's attending the Pride Parade, working at the Pride Parade, let's just surround that event today and any and other events taking place across the world as being safe. Safe physically, mentally, emotionally. And so to anchor all this in, we're going to sing a song. It's called Calling in the Light. Right? Sing along.
Calling in the light, calling in the light, calling in the light of love, calling in the light, calling in the light, calling in the light of love. soul. All together we are home. Calling in the light, calling in the light, calling in the light of love. Calling in the light, calling in the light, calling in the light of love. Calling in the light of love. Calling in the light of love. And so it is, and so it is, and so it is.
Yes, and so it is. Are you ever just astonished at the talent that you have?
I don't have that experience.
Well, I'm offering you up to be open to that, because from this side, witnessing it, I'm astonished at the talent
Thank
that you
you.
have. I was listening, you're welcome. Do you guys agree with that, right? I mean, I went out to Newberry Park yesterday for a birthday party for a friend of mine. It was an hour and 15 minutes one way and an hour and 20 minutes back, right? But on the way out there, I was listening to a podcast with Julia Louis-Dreyfus interviewing Joan Baez. And it was just fabulous. And she was talking to Joan Baez about her talent. And she was saying, I don't believe I have talent, right? Think about that. And Katie Kerr was like, what? And she goes, what I have is a gift. She goes, what I have is a gift. It was a gift to me, right? And so every time I let it out, I try to, as if I'm giving the gift that was given to me. I thought it was so fascinating, the mindset around that. So, well, you are gifted and talented.
Thank
so,
you. Appreciate
You
it.
are. So thank you for that. So before we get to the next song you're going to do, the song Calling in the Light has such great power, as we all know. And it was co-written by one of our beloveds, Bunny Hull. And I share that, yeah, who's that? But Bunny and her dear friend, who many of you guys know, named Thelma Houston, have just released a new single that is climbing the charts. And so check it out. You can get it on all streaming services. And it is another just like, she wrote the song New Attitude that was basically a homework assignment in one of her metaphysical classes. And this is the same, it's a pop song that is steeped in metaphysical language. And the title is Love is the Power. And it is very healing in the context of the world that we're in today. So I just invite you to check it out. Check it out. So speaking of checking it out and music and rising to the top of the charts, Jason Goldstein, what do you have for us next?
I have two songs today for Pride, and this one always resonated with me, and this is Blackbird. I want to do a meditation on this, if that's okay.
Oh, yeah.
Singing in the dead of night. We'll take these broken wings and learn to fly. All your life, well, you were only waiting for this moment to arise. Well, blackbird singing in the dead of night. Yes, take these sunken eyes and learn to see. All your life, you were only waiting for this moment to be free. singing in the dead of night. Well, take these broken wings and learn to fly. It's all your life. But you were only waiting for this moment to arise. Blackbird fly. Blackbird fly. Blackbird fly into the light. Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these broken wings and learn to fly. Is all your life. Well, you were only waiting for this moment to arise. Yes, you were only waiting for this moment to arise. You were only waiting for this moment to arise. Blackbirds singing in the dead of night.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Wow. So beautiful
Thank you.
and solemn. Right?
Yeah.
That song is solemn. It definitely makes you think. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, happy Pride. I was with friends celebrating birthday the other day, Ann and Rachel. And Rachel, who can't be with us today because she has food poisoning, was saying, what are you going to talk about? I was like, I'm going to talk about pride. She was like, no, what are you going to talk about? I'm like, I'm going to talk about pride, you know? I'm talking about pride. And I am going to talk about pride today in a most unique way. I'm going to start with the first opening statement is, baby, I was born this way, with a rainbow border around it. And that statement has such meaning to all of us in the world today, obviously because of the hit song, you know, that the Gaga did relative to it. But I believe more important because we are truly understanding from a scientific perspective that we are all born exactly the way that we are, and that there is a myriad of things that make the individuals different relative to identity. And when I say identity, I'm speaking of both gender and sexual orientation and expression. And so that's all a very good thing. You know, it's a good thing that, that we have unearthed, if you will, a greater understanding of mind and the individual. And it's also wonderful, albeit it feels like it's starting to parade. No, right? It actually doesn't. I think it does start at 11. I'm right, yeah. But although it feels like we're regressing, certainly in this country, we may be in regards to the way the government is addressing rights, but we can never go back from the knowledge that we have. And so it's important for us all to remember that and to stand up and be proud and to express our pride. Whether we're born gay, straight, trans, including that, none or all of the above, right? And today I want to really look at the element of the individuality and the authenticity of the individual but not solely from an LGBTQ perspective. I want to transcend that. I want it to be a transcendent perspective while holding the tenet, if you will, of stopping and celebrating pride, right? Pride as a context, and you'll understand what I mean by that when I share my acronym in a minute. So, but before I do that, I want to share this article that I have about pride with this. It's very brief. It goes, LGBTQ+, I'm going to add to that, Pride Month occurs around the world to commemorate the Stonewall riots, which occurred at the end of June 1969 in New York City. Those were not that was not the first, right? It was just the culmination of that. The first actually happened here in Los Angeles with the Black Cat. That wasn't a drag queen, that was the name of a bar. But as a result of that, many Pride events are held during this month to recognize the impact LGBTQ+ people have had in the world. Pride raises awareness. Awareness, question mark, it says here. Yes, this author writes, I think everyone knows gay people exist, ... Sure, you're right, but I'm talking about self-awareness. That's what we're talking about, both for the closeted LGBTQ people and those who don't support us, this author writes. He goes on to say, one reason Pride matters for everyone is because it's a space and time where others are more aware of their own behaviors and how supportive they are and or not of our community. Last Sunday after our service, I went down, I was craving a beer and a burger, and I thought, well, I don't want to go down in the middle of Pride to deal with that. And then I decided I did want to go down in the middle of Pride with that. And as the universe conspired to put me right in the perfect place, as I was sharing with Carl and Becky earlier, right at San Vicente, where kind of the big moment was happening, or one of the big moments, as the police did their first entry, and then the Dykes on Bikes were there, and all of their magnificence and glory, and just there was so much fun and pride and energy, and it was loud. And I stood there and cried like a baby, really, out of proud. I was proud. It was pride that I was crying for. Not in the sense that it was like, oh, I'm so glad we get to do this, more the journey of the freedom. Personally, my own individual journey, the journey of everyone there, the pride that was being shared in that moment, and then the journey of each and every pride around the world that's opened in that way, if that's the case of that. But to know that anyone felt so good to be able to let their own light shine. And that is really what I want to focus on today. Our theme is to grow, flow, and to know more and show as Spirit. And the acronym, I first thought, well, I'm going to see if there's an acronym I'd like to use without making it my own for Pride. And so I pulled up what that is. And I like it, but it's not going to be the one we're going to use, but I want to use it also building upon what I want to say here today. And it's pride. Purpose, respect, integrity, determination, and empathy. I liked that because it prompted me to create the acronym that I want us to use for today from the metaphysical perspective, and it's taking the respect piece out of it, and it's this. Are you ready? Drum roll. Practicing, P-R-I-D-E, we all know how to spell it. Practicing respect and demonstrating effect. Got the thumbs up from Dr. Maureen Hoyt the minute I shared it with her. She was like, that's one of your best ever. I was like, well, thank you, darling. I don't know about that, but it's good. But let's listen to the concept, practicing respect and demonstrating effect. What I mean by that is it's important for us to practice respect, I'll break that down in a moment, and demonstrating. In other words, demonstration is the manifestation process of how we create our lives, and the effect is our life itself. Respect is a feeling or understanding of that someone or something is important or serious or deserves appropriate treatment or regard. It's also just simply a high level of regard. But I want to take it even deeper and have us look at respect as we practice respect and demonstrating our lives' effect as focusing on self-respect with uppercase S and lowercase s, meaning Lowercase s, us the individual, respecting ourselves. Uppercase S is the spirit of who and what we are, and that as well. Self-respect is defined as valuing your own well-being, thoughts, get ready for this next piece, and boundaries, which sets the standard for how you allow others to treat you. And I would say equally as important of how you treat others. So listen to this acronym now with that as a basis, right? So practicing your own well-being, your own thoughts and boundaries, which sets the standard for how you allow others to treat you and how you treat others. Practice that in demonstrating, in other words, in how you bring forth experiences in your life, right? What if we were to just practice that component in the way that we live our life every day, all the time? That in and of itself is something to celebrate. That is something that would bring forth pride in our being. That's really what I want us to look at this morning in celebrating pride. Yes, rainbow flags, fly them. Yes, dykes on bikes, ride them. Yes, queers throwing batons, twirl them. It took everything I had a moment ago as Jason and we were all singing because I wanted to grab that flag and twirl it, right? Because I did do that in high school as a child, twirl flags every now and then. It would be inappropriate, would not be a prideful activity if I did that because it wouldn't end well. But I've learned on my journey of finding personal self-empowerment through a spiritual awakening, when I have that call, that internal call to act in that way, because yes, I was born this way, to not always act on it. Like you don't always have to grab the flag and, and fly it in the air. There are times you can, times you can't. Pride, practicing respect and demonstrating effect. I want to share a story with you that I think will help prompt us to understand the importance of living in that way. Many of you have heard this story before, but it bears repeating in this context. Good morning. This is it. There's a story of a very, very angry woman who goes up to the gates of heaven and she's banging, banging, banging on the gates, demanding to see God. Absolutely demanding to see God. She refuses to leave or stop banging until indeed God shows up and pulls the gates open. He looks at her and she says, and in this story, yes, God is a man. She looks at him and says, "Do you have any idea what's actually going on down there? The poverty, the corruption, the pollution, the economic crisis, UFC champs on the White House lawn, the wars, the famine, the wasting of resources, disagreements over who can and cannot get married, and so much more." And she says it again, "Do you have any idea? Why don't you do something?" She said, "Why don't you send someone?" God looked down at her and said, "Ma'am, I did. I sent you. I sent you." What that means is we are the ones to make the difference. And we're all on a journey of finding personal self-empowerment through a spiritual awakening, and sometimes that feels in a way where we feel very empowered, and there are times where we feel less than empowered, and there are times that we are spiritually awakened, and sometimes we just want to bang our head on the gate of heaven, if you will. None of it's wrong. None of it's wrong, as long as we're practicing respect and demonstrating effect, as long as we're living with pride to the best of our ability. Because it's important for us to remember, as Eckhart Tolle tells us, no matter how long your journey appears to be, there's never more than this one step, one breath, one moment. I purposefully took us into that spontaneous meditation earlier so that we could tune in to what it felt like to have that breath, right? That one moment, and then to build on that with looking at the qualities of the divine so that we can remember that we're imbued with peace and power and beauty and joy and light and life and love and wisdom. And so if our desired effect in life is to experience peace and power and beauty and joy and light and life and love and wisdom, then it's important for us to practice through our thoughts and our actions and the boundaries that we set, focus on a mindset of peace and of power and of beauty and of joy, and it goes on, so that the effect is that. Why is that? It's because it's important for us to remember that everything begins in mind first. In mind first. And so as we're on this journey of practicing self-respect, the best way to do that is through practicing self-awareness. Earlier this week, our new thought of the day, and for it, let's just take a moment and honor our social media team in the great way, the graphics on our social media, but as specifically, I love the one right now for the new thought for the day as it goes out, that is the person with their chakras all alive in them, right? And I zap it and send it out to all kinds of people. So if you're not seeing it in social media, it looks like this, right? But, because you might just be getting the text, but watch for it on social media. But the affirmation that I want to share with us in this moment is in the context of what I'm talking about. And it was an affirmation that says, I'm learning to be patient with my journey, understanding that growth takes time and every step matters. So I'm going to have you repeat that back to me. You ready? I am learning to be patient with my journey, understanding that growth takes time and every step matters. Every step matters. The objective for us today as we continue to practice respect and demonstrating effects is to continue to turn inward in that self-respect component and tune into our self-awareness on this journey and to begin to practice knowing who we are. Knowing who we are. Who are we as, yes, maybe an LGBTQ plus person and an ally and or an ally, but also to know that, yes, it's deeper than that. We also want to know who we are as a spiritual being that's imbued with peace and power and beauty and joy and light and life and love and wisdom. And we're contemplative beings that are always presented with the opportunity to think and to rethink and to forgive and to assess and to look at and to think and to trust and then to rethink and then forgive and assess, and the journey goes on and on and on and on and on and on. That is part of the journey. And then to know that we are always in the flow as we grow and flow and know and show spirit. Ernest Holmes says it's important to remember this as an affirmation as well. The joyous free flow of life and spirit is now active through me. He goes on to say, through the 365 treatment day that was called I Am in the Flow, this: spirit is everywhere present, shaping all creation out of its own essence. It expresses itself freely and joyously, and within that flow of life, I am. I invite you to take a moment and just open your mind to the opportunity and the possibility to believe at a greater level than ever before this spiritual truth, that spirit is everywhere present. Right now, it's everywhere present. And it's shaping all creation out of its essence. That's that demonstrating effect part in the acronym that we have for Pride. Now, for you and I as individuals to curate the effect that we desire and to use spirit in a way that is, for lack of a better term, productive for each of us, then we must practice how we use our mind. And since it's Pride Sunday, I'm inviting us to do that by practicing respect. Practicing respect of where our boundaries are, who we know ourselves to be, how we express ourselves, how we treat others, and how we have others treat us. practicing respect and demonstrating effect. Well, how do we demonstrate the desired effect? We do that in how we think, and how we believe, and what we play with in mind, how we see others, how willing we are, as I said earlier, to forgive ourselves. Does anyone ever find themselves thinking, saying, doing, being something that you wished you could pull back in after it's come out of your mouth or gone through your mind? Yeah, 2 days ago, I called someone the MF word in the intersection at Robertson in Santa Monica. He did almost run me over, right? But I could have stayed in peace, power, beauty, joy, light, love, and walked on, but I didn't. I screamed really loud words, and as I'm screaming them, I'm thinking to myself, I am literally a minister, right? There are cameras all around me, right? Like, I'm going to end up on the 4 o'clock news, and if I had had a drink or a cookie in my hand, I would have hurled it at the individual. Granted, he called me something worse prior to me responding, but if I could turn back time, would I? Maybe, maybe not. But what I can do is start right now, right? Release what was and be open to the now. That's really what this is all about, is bringing it back to now. Demonstrating effect. Meaning, how are we consciously using the creative law to manifest in our life the experience that we desire, while knowing that at all times, Spirit is everywhere present, even in that intersection, shaping all creation out of its own essence. So today, I invite you to ask yourself, what is the desired effect that you desire in your life? At a minimum, I invite you to declare and commit for yourself that you desire to begin practicing respect and demonstrating effect by focusing on the qualities of the divine that we're imbued with: peace and power and beauty and joy and light and life and love and wisdom, and then build upon that. And to remember that every single thing happens on a mental plane before it's manifested or demonstrated in the physical plane. This is why it's so important to get our mindset right. We have to believe in ourselves no matter what the circumstances present, and to remember that it's all about vibrational alignment. We've felt our vibrations shift in the room today. I just shared an experience of my vibrations being way out of whack in an intersection. We all have moments of all of that in our life, but what's important for us to remember is that we can always recalibrate and recalibrate and recalibrate. Even in regards to this room this morning, I was not happy that this was the outcome we needed to choose for this room because it represented change, and I didn't want the change. And I had to practice saying, well, wait a second, what if the change is good? Like, what if it's good? What if it's good? You know, it looks different than it did before. It feels different than it did before physically, but it feels the same in the context of the energy is the energy in the room, and the energy that I'm feeling in the room, or you all, right? And Jason and the music, and knowing we have our beloved individuals online, and we have Travis in the back. And so, yes, it's different, but when is it not different in life, right? And so I share that as an example of once I changed my mindset relative to what my expectations were, then my experience changed. That's really what life is all about as we continue on this journey of finding personal self-empowerment through a spiritual awakening, and to remember what our role here is in life. John Bradshaw says the spiritual quest, in other words, staying awake and alert on the journey of finding personal self-empowerment through a spiritual awakening, is not some added benefit to our life. It's not something we embark on if we have the time and the inclinations. He said it's important for us to remember we are spiritual beings on an earthly journey. Our spirituality makes up our beingness. And so today, as we celebrate pride, and we continue to practice respect and demonstrating affect. Let's remember why we're here. We did not come here to chase money, obsess over looks, indulge in meaningless pleasure, or destroy your body with poison. We came here to remember your true self as a spirit incarnate and to make a difference on the planet. And so today I'm going to close with a different version of the Serenity Prayer to help guide us in practicing our self-awareness on this journey. And it's this: God, please grant me the serenity to stop beating myself up for not doing things perfectly, the courage to forgive myself because I always try my best, and the wisdom to know that I'm a good person with a kind heart. I know that's true for me, and it's true for each one of you. And I know that because we live in a world that is governed by spiritual law and that which we know ourselves to be, we attract into our world, as made manifest and demonstrating the effect in this room today, that we start anew. And we come from kindness, and we come from goodness, and we come from love. And we live with pride, practicing respect and demonstrating effect. Thank you. Namaste.
I wish I knew how it would feel to be free. I wish I could break all the codes holding me. I wish I could say all things that I should say. Say them loud, say them clear, for the whole wide world to hear. I wish I could share all the love in my heart. I wish I could remove all the bars that keep us apart. I wish you could know what it feels to be me. Then you'd see and agree that every man should be free. Yes, I wish I could give all I'm longing to give. I wish I could live like I'm longing to live. I wish I could do all the things that I can do, though I'm way overdue. Yes, I'll be starting anew. I wish I could be like a bird in the sky. How sweet it would be if I found out I could fly. Oh, I'd soar to the sun and look down to the sea. Then I'd sing 'cause I know. Yes, I'd sing 'cause I know. Well, I'd sing 'cause I know how it feels to be free. Yes, I sing 'cause I know. Yes, I sing 'cause I know. sing 'cause I know. Yes, I'd sing 'cause I know. Well, I sing 'cause I know how it feels to be free.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
I love it. I've never heard that song before.
Oh, that's Nina Simone.
It is?
Yeah.
I should know that.
How it feels to be free. Or I wish I knew how it feels to be free. Beautiful.
I may have to put my gay card on temporary hold for not knowing that. Did others of you know who that was? Oh, Nina Simone.
Hey. Well,
Yeah,
there you go. It's a beautiful tune.
Well, you're all going to have to put your card in the bag. Hey, Jesus, get the bag. We're going to pass the bag right now. No. Well, thank you all for being here today. Lovely day. It's a lovely day, a lovely day. Thank you for taking time in your day to come sharing your energy. Yes, Wendy. What is it? Yay! Did you get that, Olivia? Olivia's like, you got to get this acronym book going. Thank you. Keeping everything in thought happy. What do you think of that, Joe? Like it? Good. So just recently, our beloved social media team put together a game night that we did online that was so much fun. So watch out. We're going to do another one, and I encourage you to put it on your calendar. It was a Sunday afternoon, 2 Sunday afternoons ago, I believe it was, at 5 o'clock, and it was so much fun. So all you have to do is be in front of your phone or your computer. When I say your phone, meaning so you can be on your camera, and plan to do the next one with us. I'm talking about game night. It was so much fun. It was so much fun. So watch for that. Next Sunday, I am in Granada Hills. So if you want to see me in person, come out there. It's a fun environment. We have someone from Granada Hills here today with us. So thank you for being here. And we have our midweek morning meditation on Wednesday morning, and new thought text for the day still going out. We have a new newsletter format that's going out. So just fun stuff going on. So just watch for that. Thank you, Jason, for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you, Travis, for what you've done. I'm going to provide us with an opportunity to support our community financially. And Jesus, the bag is 2 chairs or 3 chairs behind you if you don't mind grabbing that, and in just a moment passing that around. If you're online, you can go to our website or any of us, and let's take a moment and support our community financially. And let's know that as we do that, that good is present in our lives, and that we support this community knowing that it thrives and it's abundant and it grows as we all glow, flow, know, show, spirit in, as, and through us. So in our, thank you, Jesus. So in our modified setup here today, as you'll see, there's not a table or chairs out there, but there is a table in the back that's got water, and I brought you donuts if you'd like to eat donuts. You're free to hang out afterwards and get to know each other a little bit more if you want. There's seats over here. And then we're just going to play with this and see how it feels, right? We'll keep moving. So as we close out, I'm going to invite you to close your eyes one last time if that feels good. And imagine in your mind's eye this fabric that was here with the Om symbol on it. And as we Om together, Om, ready? Om. And together, Om. And just feel that energy. And this particular fabric, this piece of fabric, for many years we used it at each one of our teen camps. And we would Om together with it so it holds that energy across the US of A. It had been taken to Malawi. It's been Om together in Malawi. And we've used it here Sunday after Sunday after Sunday. And so I let this particular Om symbol and this particular piece of fabric be an example for all of us of the continuity of energy and the foundation of the oneness of life as love that exists for us. And so as I extinguish this flame, I invite you to begin to see it travel from, energetically, from the table to you and inside of you. And just as the energy has traveled through the Om blanket, so does the energy of the light in the candle from its place on the stand to each one of you, whether you're in the room or online or watching at a later date. I declare that that light in all of us is symbolized as peace. And when we sing the peace song, you're feeling the vibration of the light that's in you. As we close out today, allowing ourselves to be guided by our light as we practice respect and demonstrating effect.
On earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as a power, united all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
Me. Yes. Namaste, homie. You're welcome. You're welcome. So, Philip, are you in town now?